Markets are never wrong. Market is a supreme entity, and only thing that is wrong are your decisions and your opinions. Hi guys, welcome to Alpha with AI. This is Shubham, and today I'm going to talk about SuperAnalyst Command Center, which is basically a tool which we have developed with the help of three AI tools. First being Notion AI, which is heart of this tool. Second being Perplexity with Comet Browser, and third being NotebookLM. Right, and this is going to be a 15-minute demo of this product, and I know 15 minutes are not going to be enough to explain this product in detailed manner. So I'm will be also coming up with few use case videos on our channel very soon, right? So what is this tool exactly? So this tool combines three AI tools. Notion AI, which is backbone for structuring and organizing your research, right? Perplexity is for deep research dives, for exploration, right? And NotebookLM is basically consolidating all your resources, documents, and extracting useful information out of it, right? And put together all of these three tools form a structured workflow which we are calling a SuperAnalyst Command Center, right? So I've been in market for a few years, and I have made million mistakes, right? Even today I make mistakes, right? And my opinions are always wrong, right? This week I have different opinion, next week I have different opinion, last week I had different opinion. So, and it never seems to get correct, right? So if this happens to you, then maybe you can relate, right? Because there are too many things happening, too much clutter happening of information, right? Bloomberg is saying something, CNBC guy is saying something, too much happening geopolitically, Trump is doing something, something is happening inside our parliament, some policy is coming, some management is saying something, company management, right? Too much happening microeconomically as well as in macros, right? And it all tends to form this clutter, and you cannot connect all the dots at once, right? And that is why investors never tend to emphasize and optimize that information for their own advantage, right? So this happens with me a lot, right? So this was basically a motivation behind configuring this super analyst command center, right? And there's one thing I call, which is acceptance of markets, right? So I have seen this all these years. I have seen through very seasoned investor, I have seen HNI clients, I have seen very brilliant people do this, which is basically they are always trying to outsmart the market, always trying to outperform the market by trying to trick it, right? But once you accept that market is something of a supreme entity, markets are never wrong, only you are wrong, only your opinions are wrong, only your decisions are wrong. Once you get that acceptance, maybe we can work something out, right? So this system is basically for that only, because maybe if you have a very structured approach to our investing, everything is structured, every data is gathered and interlinked to each other, maybe our decisions could improve, maybe our opinions could become better, right? So this is what super analyst command center is trying to do, and this is something maybe you are interested in, then you can continue to watch this video. And there is one video we did last month, which was about perplexity, using perplexity for investment, for investment research, and the new launch of Indian markets future inside perplexity. So this is something you are interested in, then you can find that video in this corner as well. Thank you. Super Analyst Command Center. So this command center is not just a pretty template, it's a complete research system. And as I often say to my clients, AI is not attacking your judgment as an investor. It is not limiting your abilities as an analyst. It is here to actually amplify your capabilities, by saving you time through endless data gathering, endless data analysis. So you can spend your time, your valuable time, on actual things that analysts should do, which is strategizing, analyzing, you know spending your quality time on the things that you must do as an analyst instead of endless data gathering, right? So this tool is exactly for that, right? Most investors I feel don't fail because they lack judgment or an intelligence or any other traits, right? They fail because their research system is broken, right? And that's why we have built this super analyst command center. First thing first is you to check out is the guide on how to use this command center, how to use notebook lm for your research, for equity research. So there is a step by step guide included inside this, and if you still need help, you can anytime message me on LinkedIn, right? Then there's super analyst to do section where there's a prompt and framework library where you can just use any of these prompts for your everyday work according to your need. So I use these prompts regularly, and these are very personalized prompt which I have made for myself, which I am including in this. So let's say I will give you an example. Let's say Maruti Suzuki has come up with an annual report, and I want a quick analysis of that report very quickly, right? So I can just select this AR decoder prompt here, and just enter Maruti Suzuki here, copy this whole prompt, go into home, go into run research section, right? It will redirect me to notebook lm. Just I can just create a new notebook here, fetch the annual report of Maruti Suzuki, and just paste that prompt, and it will perform the whole research, and then I can just import that output inside this command center, right? It is really that easy. So there is a dashboard which I call super analyst dashboard. This is the everyday work, right? You can create notes here, you can create your own task here, you can manage your task notes, categorize your stocks. Let's say I'm tracking many stocks right now. A few stocks I'm overweight on, few stocks I'm underweight on. So I can just give ratings of these stocks here. Here see, overweight, equal weight. Apple I have given equal weight, Neogen I have given overweight, right? I have even categorized them as a conviction list, tier 2 stocks, tier 3 stocks, right? So let's say I'm working on some kind of a project, or I'm wanting to work on some kind of a project. Let's say it is regarding microcaps companies, SMEs companies inside Indian market. So I have created a microcap decoder project right now, right? There are four companies which I'm tracking right now, purpose and vision of the project. So let's say I will just select one company, Mastro's Electronics and Telecommunications. So this is a medical device manufacturer, right? So I can just go into content and let's see what are the latest developments here, right? Catalyst that I'm tracking, key investment thesis that I might be having, right? So let's say bull and bear cases. So this is a very detailed report. Let's say if I want to see any recent note which I made on this, so there's a FY25 analysis note, right? So what is the note about? Business snapshot in detail note, right? So this is like a 2 months work, right? So let's say what kind of a reference I use for this note. So there is a reference section, there's a link section. You can attach, of course, external links, external files, which project this belongs to, the microcap decoder. So let's say I go into reference, and let's see what kind of a reference I use. So annual report of the company. So it is immediately opened the 16th annual report of Mastro's Electronics. So it is really that easy. All the things are interlinked to each other, so nothing gets lost inside of this system, and that is why I feel this is a must for any analyst, right? So I will move ahead to event calendar. So you can sync your Google calendar or your Apple calendar or whatever calendar you might have. You can just sync it here. You can add the key events which might be happening, so you can track these events inside. So let's say I will show you how. So I just go into my stocks, and let's say there's a company RKC projects, right? So RKC projects, which I am tracking right now, which I'm overweight on. I have added it in my conviction list, right? So let's see. I go into relationship, RKC projects. So there is a note on latest MD and A analysis of the company which I have generated. So here's the note, detailed note, right? There's a project name, there's a reference which is AR, means annual report. Let's say what kind of a reference I use. The reference is here, it is AR. So if I click on this, it immediately annual report of the company will come. So I was talking about this tracking things, tracking events, key events of the company. So I added this maybe couple of months back, AGM of financial year 26 of the company. So when was this? I will just open it and I will see the date, 18th of September 2025. So when I go into home page, I go into my dashboard and I just go into my calendar. Once it is synced, I will see that here, right? So let's say 15th of October, there if there is some kind of event coming, I will just see it here once you sync in your calendar. So it is really that simple. And I feel this is nothing, super AI or super technical, right? This is nothing special. It is the only special thing about this template. It is very simple. It is very simple, so that nothing gets lost inside of all that clutter, all that notes, all those PDF files, all those Excel files. You can just connect everything inside, and you don't have to connect it, you just have to upload it. Everything will connect by itself. You understand, everything will connect by itself. Once it is connected, it never gets lost. So it will bring me to new important point. So you can just add new stocks here, you can just add new task here, you can just add new projects here. So I will give you an example. I want to add, let's say, new stock, which is, let's say, Maruti Suzuki. I can just add Maruti Suzuki here. What kind of a tracker I want, ticker I want. So this is a symbol, so I will just use Maruti as a symbol, right? Rating, I don't know, a rating, I am not overly bullish on Maruti considering the price of the company. So I will just say underweight. Pin, so do I want to pin this company on my dashboard? So yeah, pin. Let's say I have done the analysis of that company annual report, then I can just add that content here. And there's a separate section here. So if I select company analysis starter, you can add latest developments which are happening, catalyst that you might want to track, bull case, bear case, key risk. Let's say this is done now. You wanted to create some kind of other note, maybe on conference call, management call, or some kind of other news which might happen. So you can just go into reset note, right? Then create a new note here, or link a existing note here, right? And it all gets connected here, right? So let's say I connected, I opened a new note, I opened the new note, I can add a new note details here, right? I can add whatever the status, it is complete, in progress, right? URL, any external links the note is based on, right? Any reference. So let's say I analyze this note on the basis of conference call, then I can add that conference call here. Is this company Maruti Suzuki connected to any ongoing project? Let's say if it is, then I can add the project here. So it is really that easy. You can create tasks, you can see what kind of tasks are overdue, what kind of tasks which are happening, should happen by tomorrow, should happen by this week, right? Then there's, let's say I go into again home page. If I go into home page, then there's a, let's say, there's some company which giving me a trouble, right? There are too many negative things around this company. Then I can just go into this special cool tool called SuperAnalyst red flag scanner, right? I can just select this prompt, copy this prompt, put it into run research, then come up with the output, select what kind of red flags this company might have. Later on, I can store those results inside here, right? Add a company name, what kind of red flag it might be, ethical, operational, financial. Is this severe? What is the severity of that report? Critical, high, right? What kind of source I might have used? Is that claim verified? Is it currently ongoing? or not, is it new, right? It is really that easy. All of this gets saved up, bundle up inside this notebook LM, which can you actually export and feed it to your own LLM, your own chat GPT, your own GPT, and get the results, let's say 6 months or 1 year later. So I will tell you by an example. Let's say I'm tracking one stock, for example RKC projects, right? So RKC projects, I have some notes regarding latest development. Let's say I'm tracking this stock from last 1 year, right? So it must have done some capex, it must have gotten few orders, right? It must have been completing these orders, let's say few of these orders in next 6 months, and I want to know the prediction. I want to predict how much amount of orders, worth orders, are going to get completed over next 6 months. So can I can basically guess the revenue visibility of the company moving forward next 6 months. So I have data, right? I have this one report, then I have recent 2 3 notes which I have generated over last 6 8 months, right? So can I what I have to do now, I can just export it, feed it to notebook LM, and it will give me the answer I'm looking for. Or I if you are using a Comet, then you can just use Comet Research Assistant. You can just ask whatever question, having analyze, let's say RKEC projects from my current notes, and whatever the question you might have, give me the revenue visibility on the basis of completion of orders which might be happening over next 6 months, and it will give you answer, not from some other sources, some outside sources, but your own resources. So this is a database. This comes to my last point, which is database, right? So it creates your own database over time. So it will get compounded, database will get compounded. So all that database gets saved here. I will suggest not to do too much inside of this database, because this is all connected across, and if you kind of mess with it, you can really screw up the whole system. So if you know what you are doing, then of course explore through this. Otherwise leave this alone. I have already said the danger zone here, right? So you can archive your notes, there's a reference, there's area of focus, there's a super analyst general. So super analyst general is a really special thing. Let's say uh, I will show you, right? You can basically add your daily reflection, weekly reflection, whatever has happened over last 1 week, whatever has happened today, right? And then you can just see that inside later on, right? All entries. So 10th of जुलाई को रैली हुआ था, यहाँ पे 7th of जुलाई को ट्रेड केओस, राइट? यहाँ पे मार्केट टर्मोइल. सो मेरा स्ट्रेस मूड कैसा था, स्ट्रेस काम रिलेटेड. यू कैन सी व्हाट काइंड ऑफ कंपनीज आई ट्रेडेड. मैंने एनवीडिया लिया था इस दिन, मैंने AMD लिया था. सो इट इज़ it keeps track of whatever you put in it, right? So I will just give you an example. So let's say this is a daily prompt, right? So what news or events could impact my portfolio today, right? So I will just if I need this question, I need to answer this question, I can just put my input inside, right? So let's say this is the third question: what is my emotional stage regarding my investment? So fear, greed, overconfidence, regret, right? So let's say I am very afraid today, because what my positions are very risky right now, and afraid. I will just add that inside, and let's say I add this every week, every week, every week, every week, and let's say 6 months. After 6 months, I have a database of, let's say, 26 weeks, right? So I can just ask AI how my emotional state has improved or basically not improved so much over last 6 months. It will give you that answer as well. To understand, you can track your own progression as an analyst, how you have matured and as an investor. So this is not too much technical. Some might like it, some might not, but I feel this is really valuable tool which I have also added here, right? So there are too many things to explain inside a very small demo, so I will just stop here. But again, I'm telling you, this is not just a template, this is a complete research system, and it is not too much technical, it is really simple. And I feel that simplicity is what analyst needs in his life, and this template is doing just that. Thank you so much for watching, and I will come up with a detailed video on how I use this template for my everyday research, very detailed video soon on YouTube. Till then, you can basically comment on this video, you can send me your feedback directly on LinkedIn, and I will try to answer all of your questions in the next video, which I will be coming on very soon. Thank you so much for watching.